We are entering the famous Ekambareshwara Temple in Kanchipuram. We are the southern entrance. Here under the tower, made of granite stones. There are 5 prakarams or precincts or passageways or little pathways like this. This is the Nandi with the sun rising at the back. And on the other side is of course the Shiva temple. From the outer side, if you enter from the eastern side, we entered from the southern side, which is 192-foot Gopuram tower, considered to be one of the tallest temple towers in India. But the eastern entry, that tower, that's about 172, 20 feet shorter than the southern one. When you enter there, then the first prakaram or the first circuit houses a Ganesh shrine as well as a shrine for Kartikeya. The second circuit is where the 1,000-pillared hall is, as well as the mango tree. The third circuit contains furthermore shrines, lots of shrines, and including the big ling. The priest there said that that ling was even older than the central ling. These are stories. There's no way of us saying what's right or wrong or what's verifiable or not, but it's a belief. He said that the temple goes back 1,000 years, but that ling goes back much more than that. So that is in the third circuit. The fourth one is the closer one, which is where we came out of the inner sanctum, which is the fifth one, innermost sanctum, where we got married again, and we've got all our garlands to prove it. And the innermost one is where the residing deity and his wife, Devi, are there. We also just went inside the sanctum to see the Prithvi lingam, and in the background was both Shiva and Devi as a couple. There, of course, the camera won't be allowed. This entire temple covers 25 acres, and there is also a temple pond in the second circuit from the outside. Here, unlike other Shiva temples in Kanchipuram, Parvati or Devi does not have her own shrine within a Shiva temple, but they are there together as a couple. And that is to do with the mythological story of how that came about when a husband and wife fight and they reunite again. More of that in a moment. We are sitting in front of the sacred mango tree on the inner courtyard in the hall of 1,000 pillars, which is quite an impressive sight. It's a good time to talk about the legends associated with Kanchipuram Ekambareshwara Temple. The main legend is that there was a difference of opinion long ago between Shiva and Parvati. It happened because Parvati closed Shiva's eyes in a playful manner, but that caused a lot of disorder and chaos in the world, because if you close Shiva's eyes, there is going to be confusion in the earth that he oversees. So goes the legend. So when that happened and his eyes got closed by his wife, Shiva is said to have opened his third eye to bring back order, to restore peace and order in the world. He also became extremely angry at Parvati and banished her to the earth. Shiva has always been known to be an angry god, and he banished her to the earth. And it is said that Parvati came here to Kanchipuram, and to win back Shiva, his forgiveness, and to get back his love, she made a lingam out of sand in the banks of the river Vegavati that still flows nearby, did her penance and prayed to the lingam every day. And at some point, perhaps to test her, Shiva made the Vegavati river flood, and Parvati embraced the ling and also protected it from any harm or damage. So the story goes that made Shiva relent, and he appeared in front of her, and all was forgiven. And they married again. This is the place where the remarriage happened between Shiva and Parvati. It's a beautiful, lovely story. The mango tree represents the place where that marriage happened The priest there even told us that if there is any miscommunication or estrangement between husbands and wives, both of them or either of them could come here to find relief and a reunion. That's the belief. It's a beautiful legend. It is believed that the mangoes in the 4 different branches taste very different. One branch gives sweet mangoes, another bitter, a third sour, and the fourth astringent. It is also said that while Parvati was doing her penance, Vishnu helped her along the way. Which is why when the reunion happened and everything ended happily, in this temple, to this day, there is a Vishnu shrine, surprisingly, inside a Shaivite temple. This is a Shiva temple. And there is a Vishnu shrine inside of that. The only other place where it happens is Chidambaram, and we'll look at it in a few days' time when we go there. And it's not just the fact that Vishnu shrine is here. It is considered a very sacred Vishnu shrine by the Vaishnavites. To Vaishnavites, this is a holy Divyadesam shrine. It belongs to one of the 108. According to the priest here, he told us that it was in fact number 49. Who built this temple? This temple goes as far back as the 5th or 6th century. The Pallavas from southern Andhra were here, and it is said that they built upon what they saw as the very basic rudimentary temple, which they brought down and reconstructed and made it into a, let's say, a proper Shiva temple. And 3 centuries later, during the height of the Cholas in this area, from 9th century to 12th century, the Cholas built quite a bit of all the prakarams, followed by the Vijayanagara kingdom from Hampi, who came down south during the period of Krishnadevaraya, who was a great Shiv Bhakt. And this 1,000-pillared hall is here attributed to him, to Krishnadevaraya. All in all, over the centuries, this has become a very grand temple. To think of it, Kanchipuram has a lot of temples. I mean, this is the land of temples. If you've been here, you will know that Ekambareshwara Temple, this one, isn't the only one. There are many temples. There is, for example, the famous Kanchi Kamakshi Temple. There is also the Vaishnavites' huge temple. There is also a very ancient, going back to the 4th century, Kailasanatha Temple, also a Shiv temple. There are at least about maybe 20-30 temples more of. This is the land of temples, as I said. You probably need to be here for 3 or 4 days. They are lovely constructions, whether you're religious or not. These are nice places to visit. Besides, Kanchipuram has lovely food. To have the famous Kanchipuram idli and a lot of South Indian dishes. Besides which, you get the famous Kanchipuram silk saris. There's a huge industry here. So we've finished the element of air in Kalahasti. This is the element of earth, Prithvi. In fact, the lingam here is called the Prithvi lingam because Shakti or Devi made that lingam out of sand. So to this day, even when they have the ceremony of cleaning the idol and bathing the idol and so on, which is standard procedure in all temples, they do not use water or milk on the idol because it is essentially made of sand. Although it is covered with a bit of gold plating, the lingam, they use jasmine oil, apparently. So therefore, you have the Prithvi here, or earth element here. And tomorrow, we'll be going to Thiruvannamalai, and there the element is fire. It's a nice, decent place. We've been here yesterday. The food was excellent. So now for breakfast, I have ordered idiyappam with, I'm not sure with what.
Coconut milk.
I don't know what they give it with here, this side of the border in Tamil Nadu. So let's see how it turns out. So this is idiyappam with coconut chutney and one more chutney, along with the coconut milk, as well as what they call a kurma. Looks very good. I shall dive into it. Good. So now we're saying bye to a beautiful city in terms of its temple, its food. So we stayed at the SSK Grand. We ate 2 of the meals in the restaurant that's attached to it on the ground floor. In fact, our breakfast is still there, that even though it's lunchtime around 12:30, we've decided to skip lunch and carry on to Thiruvannamalai, where Lord Shiv is in the form of fire. See you then.